Nico, Nico, on va sortir. Ah ouais, ouais.
Herby
C'est
says
bon?
he's
Ok.
also going to hit
Alors.
you at the junket. So,
Mr. Stallone, do you remember me?
All right, now you're putting me on the spot. Okay, sure I do. What happened?
I want to apologize.
Why?
I did something you didn't like.
You're joking.
Yeah. And I'm apologizing on national TV.
Okay.
2 days ago, I saw you on the street. I couldn't believe it's you. You were with your family in your own privacy, and I.
Oh, that was you. Yeah, I felt bad, but you know what it is? I had the kid on my back,
Yeah, I
right?
know.
And
I
so,
know. I didn't realize you had the kid.
no, it's my fault. But I said, I have my child here. I said, how? Because I didn't want her to get like, oh, we always stop and talk, and people were like, so I didn't want her to become a little distracted. But that's what it was.
So, apology accepted.
Of course, of course.
And your kid thought this was a big lollipop.
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, that's what I'm afraid of. Or, you know what? And she went all the way down the street going, I want to talk, I want to talk. So I think she's got the bug. I think somehow, you've just now made her want to become a performer. I swear to God, let's go back. I said, sweetheart, you're 4 years old. You have time to do an interview.
So, welcome back to Montreal.
Thank you very much.
This time you came with all your family.
Yes, I travel with them extensively now. I believe that we shouldn't be away for more than 3 or 4 days at a time. So it's great having them here.
Last time you were in Montreal, it was for the Grand Prix. We were wondering why you were there. Now we know.
Doing research. Yeah, at that time we were here for F1, and it was great, meeting with Jacques Villeneuve and getting a lot of insights. Matter of fact, I think he's coming into town in the next 2 or 3 days, so I want to put him in the movie in a cameo.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's a very good friend, and he's been very supportive of the whole thing. So, yeah, and then we're going to be doing some extraordinary filming in Montreal. Matter of fact, the fastest street race in the world it was taken in Montreal the last 2 days, where you've gone over 175 miles an hour on the streets.
In the Tunnel Ville-Marie.
Exactly right.
So what happened exactly?
My God, I saw the future. I, and it didn't look good. I tell you what, I have never in my life seen anything like it, because we're doing it without helmets or glasses. So the wind, it's so distorting. It's like being put into a time machine. It was frightening. It was great.
But why do you want to do it yourself? You can have.
I think it's important. We have machines that are going to show kind of like psychologically what you're going through, the very distorted images, because when you're driving, you just don't see what, in your normal car when you're going 50 miles an hour. When you're going that fast, it's almost like driving through a surrealistic painting. And I thought, okay, I want people to know that this is for real. And then we're going to now use technology to get inside the driver's brain, which of course you can't do when you're going that fast. So I thought it's important that people realize it isn't all tricks. There is reality to it.
So why race car driving? What interests you that much?
Well, what it is the symbolism that everything in life, since the day you're born, is one race or another. You're racing to achieve a certain goal. You're racing, to find a good life. You're racing the competition in your job and employment to get ahead in sports. Everything is some sort of race. And I thought, it's extraordinary. It's very symbolic. And when I did Rocky, the reason I said it in the world of boxing is because subconsciously, everyone in the world from the day they're born is fighting for something, to just get a chance at life.
And racing is another kind of fight.
Exactly right. And I think there's something very deep-seated why people, since the dawn of time, going back to Ben-Hur and before, racing has always been in people's bloods. They race dogs, horses, cars, airplanes, boats, you name it, they race it.
So where are you now at your career? What kind of race do you want to make?
Oh my God! Now I'm trying to race to go backwards. I'm racing. I'm racing. What I'm trying to do is get back to when I was about 9 months old.
9 months old. No, no, you're in pretty good shape.
I feel good. I really feel good.
So the movie is called Driven.
Yeah, it's gonna be called Driven. It was called Champs because it's called the Champ Car Series, but really the movie's about being people being driven, and it's a very dramatic movie. It's a very, I think, sensual film. There's a lot of women in this film, and it's about the dealings, a relationship with men and women under extreme conditions, and how they try to maintain a normal life, but their lives are no different than ours. The difference is they have to face extreme dangers and extraordinary circumstances every day. It's like when a man goes on a space shuttle flight, he maybe does it one time and he trains for years. These people face that kind of extreme danger every day, every day. And so it's much, hello, honey. I hope you have a nice day. I hope to see you tonight. You know, it's like it's very, very difficult life to live under.
But why do you want to experience that danger so bad? You can have your stuntman doing it for you.
I know, but there's something about it that I think I've come to expect to have a little bit of reality to it. And when I started making films, a few about 4,000 years ago, we didn't have special effects. So I come from a different mentality. I like to actually go out there and when you're going to climb a mountain, really climb a mountain and do that. I know it's foolish, but somehow I think the audience,
In Cliffhanger?
like in Cliffhanger, and oh my God, I mean these things. You talk about terrifying. But when at the end of your life you sit back and go, yes, I know I did it, and you can look at the audience and go, yes, that was me. And I think there's a sense that we're using so many computers today, so many tricks, that the audience is getting numb to it. It's like, I want to see reality a little bit. I want to see the real thing. So we're giving them both.
But you seem a little bit nostalgic already. But the best time is yet to come.
Okay, I love this man. Oh, you're right. You're right. Actually, I've been very, very blessed, and I wanted to take at this point in my life a big chance, and this film's a big chance because it's a gigantic undertaking with a brilliant director, and we're also using many new actors, unproven actors. But
Like who?
well, you have Estella Warren, who I think is just born with a certain kind of lovable quality, and she's sensual, and she's athletic, and this is a very special woman. I mean, she's
For
great.
people that doesn't know her, can you tell us
Well,
what she did?
Estella's a Canadian who is one of the world's best athletes, and she grew up her whole life spending 6 hours a day training until she was like 17 years old. So she comes from a different mentality. She didn't grow up wanting to be an actress. She didn't grow up with that kind of ego. She just had a certain gift. And
You relate to that.
absolutely. I mean, you can see it when someone walks in a room, you go, there's something different in the eye, the look. She's incredibly beautiful, but she doesn't flaunt that. She works from a great strength, and I think women respond to her. They say, yes, she's beautiful, but she's not egotistical. She's one of us. She can relate. She has great sympathy.
Like men's relate to you.
I hope so. I'm trying. I do try to relate to the everyday working guy because I've been very blessed in my life and I've had many gifts. But the one thing I feel is that I have a wonderful job, but I look at these men who have to work and they toil and they don't get no one knows their name and there's no posters of them, but I'm here because of them. So if I can somehow tell their story, like I'm a race car driver, but I think like them. That's why he dresses like this. He was supposed to go to I'm supposed to be at a formal at the time wearing a tuxedo. I said, no, that's not me. I gotta represent the working class guy here.
They say represent.
Exactly, represent.
Tell me, who's the director? Tell me about it.
The director to me is sheer genius. He did Cliffhanger. And he just finished a film called Deep Blue Sea. When we were doing Cliffhanger, he's one of these men that actually is so brave that he goes out in the mountains himself, and he grew up in the world of Formula One racing. So his passion has been cars. So he's working with this film, which is an act of love because everyone has waived their salaries. It's all going into the film. So this is a real passion play. To me, there's three directors in the world that could pull off a film this big. And one would be James Cameron, who did Titanic, maybe Spielberg, and Rennie Harlan. He's that brilliant.
Tell me about that device.
Well, this is beautiful because
Pretty impressive.
this is a machine that will be able to take the audience into a situation that normally a car can't be in. So you'll see me driving on the street going 180 miles an hour. But then, how do you get the camera to get in and really study
Close-ups.
the close-ups and what you're going through and take you around the car so you see from a perspective of the driver so you can feel the energy and the speed and the danger. Well, that we have to use technology. So if we can take the real physical danger and blend it with science, which is what we're trying to do, and it's never been done in this genre before.
So I want to know, for example, tomorrow, if they would tell you you'll be able to be a race car driver, would you cut every acting and then become a race car driver?
Absolutely not. there, there is no, I am not that good. Race car driving is like learning the piano. You better start at about 4 or 5 years old. It's also there's a certain mentality. Race car drivers are very introverted. They're very focused. They can sit down there and work on a computer game for 10 or 12 hours. I can do it for like 10 or 12 seconds.
It's not about.
Right.
What do you like right now? When on your spare time, what do you do?
Well, of course, we could say right now I'm doing a great deal of writing. I love golf. I love athletics, so I'll exercise a great deal because I think that there's something that to me is an interesting hobby. If you make exercise like a hobby, it's not as boring and terrible. And then right now I'm doing a great deal of painting. Yeah, so I'm working on that. And the painting is if I can't write, if I'm not feeling inspired, I start to work with images, and sometimes the painting helps the other part of your mind work. And I just believe that you just try to do things to work on your subconscious and try to be a little bit more in tune. Because life is really all about trying to push yourself into things that aren't so comfortable.
You got very spiritual, eh?
Well, I think when you live in Hollywood, you better be spiritual, because nothing makes any sense.
Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you.
Very
And
nice.
next time I see you on the street, I'll stop.
You'll stop.
Daughter or no daughter, I promise.
Okay,
Thank-
I take you up to
It's a deal, and we're going to see you on the junket soon, right? Yeah.
I'll
Thank
be
you
there.
very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
I just want to ask you one last thing. You look at the camera, you say, "Hi, I'm Sylvester Stallone, and you're watching Flash."
I am Sylvester Stallone, and you are watching. I'm going to say it again. All right, ready? I am Sylvester Stallone, and you are watching Flash.
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 I like the way you say it.
Hi, I'm Sylvester Stallone. You're watching Flash. Is that okay? Is that deep?
It was perfect. It was like a Barry White.
Oh, baby love.
Thank you again.
See you later. Bye.
Perfect, man.